Hey you guys, it's Tonya and I'm excited to bring you this cute little calendar that I created using up scraps out of my stash. Every so often I just have to go through and just start purging scraps, and I find that the best way to do it is to make cards and to also make these little smash journals. So I'm going to kind of give you a walkthrough of what I've done. I turned it into a 2013 calendar thinking that it would either make a nice Christmas gift for someone, or I might use it myself. It's a smash style, so it kind of resembles a little bit of a junk journal. I used some papers that I've had in my stash for the cover. These are from Basic Gray. And I also used a lot of Marion Smith's Digi Downloads, and these were the papers that are in here were either the rejects or the things that just didn't make the cut the first round, or double prints, or things I cut out with intention to use in layering and then never did. So I got rid of a lot of the extra pieces that I had left over from doing her journals. On the cover I have this little swivel class charm that I got from Allison in a swap. Thank you, Allison. I love it, and the browns just really work well with this cover. And then I used the Tim Holtz ornate plate with the pen nib that says journal in the center of it. And then this is a piece of brown ribbon that I've had for a while. It actually came from an Amazon package of all things. It was pre-wrapped. And then this is one of the new Prima trinkets. It's so beautiful. Look at that. And I won this from Jamie Dowry for a Prima challenge that I did. And then I used a Fab Scraps buckle to make like this little closure for the book. And I just took the center piece of the buckle off so I wouldn't have to put holes in the ribbon, knowing that I would have to, the ribbon would expand over time. So this is what the buckle looks like. Isn't that cute? So that's from Fab Scraps. Then on the cover, on the inside, is another piece of old Basic Gray that I've had for ages. But I love the greens with the browns and the hints of the pink, because it kind of helps bring in some of Marion's stuff too. Then here's one of Marion's envelopes, and inside of here is a piece of scrap that I was doing some journal things for someone who was having a wedding. And so these were leftovers, and they're great little journal spots. So what I may actually end up doing is putting that towards the inside and having a spot for a nice photograph here inside of this envelope. And then I made up these calendars for last year. I had shared with you guys the calendar downloads for 2012. So I have made them up for 2013, and I'll put a link to that down below if you want to go visit my blog and get the download. And you know, I'd love to see what you guys make with them. And then I have in here one of Marion's printables. I made all of the months pockets throughout this entire book. And then this is from Marion's Sewing Room. And then this is from the one I just finished. I had trimmed this paper down to use on the layout, and so I folded it over, made a little pocket. This was left over from the Journey book that I created. And on the flip side of it, I put some of, I believe these are some of Garrett's downloads. And then this is a little Prima flower with some bling in the center. This was just a stamp that I had. I think it's from a Mind's Eye, but I'm not sure. And then this is envelopes from Garrett's download that, you know, I had already pre-printed at one time. The note paper is all Marion. I think everything from here on out came from Marion in one capacity or another. Again, from the Sewing Room, and then I made a little pocket and put some crepe paper on here as a ruffle. I like the crepe paper on these books because it stays flat. And then I just tied this tag off with a some netting. And then this was a page that I cut in half, and then this is one of Marion's little note tabs. I'm just going to rip through this quickly because all of these came from Marion. So you guys can go check out her site to figure out which collections they come from. But everything I think on the inside comes from Marion, and I'll highlight if it doesn't, you know, if it's something that doesn't. Again, Polaroids left over from the last project that I did. Just added a little paper clip to it. I think that's the other side of the bird. This, I just took some of the little ephemera pieces from Garrett's download, made little journal spots. Here's April, and I put one of these guys in there. All of this is Marion except for the calendars. And then on this one, just open it up like this. And this has another little pocket here. This is gonna make a great journal for 2013, a calendar kind of place to put your thoughts. And then this is, I made this into a pocket instead of a fold out, and then I had this piece left over, so I put it in the pocket. It's so cute. I just love how everything matches really well. Used some washi tape that I just got. Love it. On here. Now on this one, what I did with this pocket was, this was a piece of one of Marion's downloads, and I cut it into like a little doily shape, and I thought a circular photograph would fit here and I could journal on the back. This opens this way. Lots of real estate here for journaling and photographs. I love it. Love all the different shapes and sizes. I just used the Tim Holtz on the edge die to cut that out. It's a file folder. And I love that these poke in there, and this are hot air balloon. And then this is a paper clip that's just holding this closed because it was getting caught on everything. And here I took some of her journal things and cut them with one of the Tim Holtz labels die, and then just trimmed off, or I guess that's the Baroque die and the mini Baroque, and then I just cut it across the top and the bottom, which makes it super cool shape. Nice little journal spots. And then on this one, I used the Tim Holtz on the edge and, you know, did this little shape here to give that a little interest. And then this is one of my digital downloads that I had created a while back, and it's just a little envelope, and I just used a Martha Stewart punch to punch it. And in December I just put Hawthorne bicycles. I thought this was cute for December because we're always buying somebody a bicycle for Christmas. It's so funny. Anyway, then this is some Prima packaging. I sewed the I cut it in half and then sewed it together to make this pocket, and then used some washi tape on here, and then made one of these little tags and put it in here. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're interested in the calendar download, I will put a link to it below. When you go to MediaFire to download the calendar, please make sure that you download each file individually. I'm having people who are complaining that they're unable to download it because I guess the file sizes are way too big or something if you try to download it all at one time. But everyone has had success if you download each file individually. There are 3 files. Two of them are, one of them is January through June, and they're this size calendar, and then the second file is July through December, and then the next file is all of the months on one page, so they're about this big, so if you want to use them on a smaller project. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and again, visit psychomomscrapbooks.blogspot.com for the download for the calendar, and I'll put a link to it down below, and I'll also put a link to Marion's store, so if you guys want to purchase any of the things you saw in this book, then please go do that. This is a great project for using up all those scraps too, and I love how everything just kind of comes together. Thank you again to my subscribers. The calendar is kind of a download thank you because I have like the best subbies in the universe, and I am almost at 4,000 subscribers, so I thought that this would be a way I could do a little bit of something for everyone. So I hope you enjoy it, and please tag me in any of the projects that you make so that I can see what you're doing with the download. So thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great 2013 and a happy holidays.